Greetings from Shengtian. I'm speaking in Beijing. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to Professor Kim Nam-jin, who invited me to speak at this conference. As you are watching this video, it means the live connection does not work. It's wise for the organizer who asked me to pre-record this video, as there are always uncertainties. Yes, we are living in an uncertain world. The world are going through a hard time for the last year due to COVID-19. While we need to be more patient and more united efforts needed to fight against the virus, we also need to know the future and to plan for the future. So my speech today is relevant to the future of medical and health tourism in China. I have prepared some slides. Let me share the slides. First, I would like to brief you the development of health tourism in China. I need to explain some keywords in my speech, as I found there are always different understandings of the same term. In my speech, medical tourism refers to cross-border patient service, both inbound and outbound. But for health tourism, there are both broad and narrow definitions. For broad definition, it refers to both medical tourism and wellness tourism. But for narrow definition, it is equal to wellness or recreation tourism. In China, there are also some subsectors for health tourism. They are forest wellness tourism, TCM recreation tourism, and hot springs therapy tourism. Different countries have different positioning strategies. What is China's strategy in medical and health tourism? This is an article I published 10 years ago. In this article, I suggested to the Chinese government China should position itself with TCM recreation tourism. So for health tourism, or the narrow definition, recreation tourism, it refers to a new integrated industry supplying a set of services and products based on medical, biotechnology, and life sciences, coupled with pleasant natural environment and civilization resources, with the aim of maintaining, improving, and promoting public health to achieve physical and mental perfection and improved adaptability. There are hundreds of different projects or destinations in China relevant to health tourism. This is one of the most well-known projects. It's a national project. In this project, it is named by the National Health Commission. There are 13 cities which are under construction to build demo bases for health tourism. There is another list. It is named by the National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine and the National Administration of Tourism 3 years ago. In this list, there are altogether 15 cities. For both these two projects, it meant within 3 years they need to build up to be a demo zone or to be a demo basis for health tourism. Since then, Chinese health tourism developed very fast. You found hundreds of projects, large or small, which are under construction. There are already some projects which have started to serve health tourists, but we also have problems, especially due to the COVID-19. The main problems for health tourism development in China are as follows. 1. Narrow concept and limited boundary perceptions. This refers to the practitioners. While they are designing their projects, they understand this industry from word. It needs to expand the boundary of the new industry. Second, difficulty in integration and convergence. This integrated new emerging industry. It's not easy to integrate 2 or 3 different industries. 3. Focus too much on hardware and lack of creativeness in business model and products. 4. Standard service system is absent. 5th, marketing and branding skills need to be improved. 6. No unified governmental coordination departments. There are several governmental coordination departments, but there is no unified one. The last challenge is badly in need of health tourism professionals. Despite of all those problems, there are also opportunities. Let me brief you the trends and opportunities for health tourism in China. As COVID-19, the virus, no one knows when it will disappear. I do not use post-COVID-19, but for dual circulation, this is a new strategy of the Chinese government to deal with the new problems resulted from the uncertain world environment and also COVID-19. There are both factors of positive and negative influence medical and health tourism in China. As for positive factors, first, the health market of China will increase under the dual circulation development pattern. China has huge room to increase domestic demand. The shift from exporting to meeting domestic demand will result in greater demand of Chinese consumers and give its vast landmass, abundant resources, and the capability to build a relatively sound industrial chain. China can boost its economy by greatly relying on growing domestic demand. Insufficiency of high-quality medical service will not be made up in a short period of time. This is the favorable factor for outbound medical tourism. Medical services are also technology and innovation centered. Sufficient supply of medical service needs heavy and long-term investment. To meet the demand of 1.4 billion people with high-quality medical service is a big challenge and will need years of continuous efforts. The gap will remain large for long term. The third positive factor is China will remain its open door policy. The dual circulation pattern, it is true, will be centered on the domestic economy. But what China is really pursuing is smooth functioning of the economic cycles of both the domestic and the global markets based on the healthy performance of the domestic economy, which means China will not shut the door on the world, and instead it will further open up its economy to the outside world. As a matter of fact, China favors globalization, especially a closer regional economic relationship and collaboration. The fourth factor is China is pursuing high quality and sustainable development. So medical and health tourism in China will develop. There are also negative factors, especially to cross-border medical tourism. First, uncertain world environment. The first challenge is the rapidly changing international environment. As the global economy faces recession, international trade and investment are shrinking. To make matters worse, some countries have resorted to protectionism and unilateralism, increasing geopolitical risks. Secondly, long-term influence of COVID-19. As I mentioned earlier, no one knows when COVID-19 the virus will disappear. The pandemic has hindered China's economic development, as also happened in other areas. And if the global pandemic situation does not improve in the near future, the chain risks fracture. Number 3, increased investment and efforts in elevation of high-quality medical service might affect outbound medical tourism from long-term perspective. The dual circulation strategy is about striking the right balance between internal and external circulation. The dual circulation development pattern requires China to boost domestic demand, expand its research and development capacity. There will be increased investment in hospitals and other health services. I mentioned several times of the dual circulation. As I explained, I didn't use post-COVID-19 because dual circulation is the national strategy of China to tackle COVID-19 and also problems resulted from rising protectionism and the sluggish global economy. This strategy is very important, will influence the social and economic development of China for the next decade, possibly for next 2 or 3 decades. This is a new term firstly raised by President Xi Jinping on May the 14th. It is a term to represent the new economic development pattern of China. This strategy has ruled out the possibility of China closing its door to other economies, although it stresses on the importance of domestic market demand and to shift from exporting to meeting the demands of domestic demand. As for the opportunities for health tourism from dual circulation, now here are the following are what I mentioned are suggested for the opportunities. First, for the outbound, medical tourism will remain sluggish for some time due to COVID-19, but will recover after well containment of COVID-19 worldwide. I have explained why. Only mainly due to insufficient supply of nice medical service, new medical technology, China will continue its open door policy, and so on. As for the inbound opportunities, one is international TCM medical tourism service, mainly for TCM hospitals. Secondly, the international TCM recreation tourism, mainly will be supplied by TCM recreation destination. There are also opportunities for TCM therapy of the infected with COVID-19. This is my personal view. There are also other opportunities because this industry is a new and emerging one. So education and training of professionals are in great demand. There are also consultancy demand in service operations, branding, and also other factors. Opportunities also exist for facilitators, agency services to health tourists, especially bound to China Health Tour. Opportunities also exist in investment in health, recreation, leisure service entities, for instance, hospitals, recreation centers. I visited not long ago a new construction site in Qingdao. They are building a new hospital. It's a joint venture hospital between China and Republic of Korea. To summarize my perspectives, China lays importance on health tourism development, but facing obstacles. There are three major obstacles: integration, services, and professionals. Medical and wellness tourism are both hindered by COVID-19, while the outbound needs longer time to restart, but domestic wellness tourism is recovering. Chinese consumers value more of their health and become more confident in traditional Chinese medicine, which is favorable to TCM health tourism development. TCM recreation, leisure, and tourism will emerge as a popular lifestyle, along with efforts of a closer integration of medical service and tourism. China will adopt a new development pattern, dual circulation. This is the strategy to tackle the problem of COVID-19 and the uncertain world. It can also be considered a strategy of post-COVID-19. This strategy will greatly influence the social and economic development of China for the next decade or longer, including medical and wellness tourism. So, I have also suggested some opportunities on the dual circulation. As time is limited, I'm not going to repeat those opportunities. Thank you.